Alright, what's up, guys? So, Arrestflix has uploaded a video entitled 12-year-old thinks she can slap her way out of an arrest. Yeah, it's gonna be a hard life for this 12-year-old. My thing is this, even when I was at I guess like for me, the reason why I knew not to mess around with no cops is because I grew up watching a lot of different cop shows, movies, like in reality like cops and stuff, but then also like I'm trying to think, I didn't really start getting into watching TV shows until The Walking Dead, so I guess if that counts as a cop show, that was really the one and only time I watched like a fictional cop show. But anyways, but no, even like afterwards, like still, and then of course like reacting to these videos, so I had my whole life to learn a little thing or two about police officers and stuff, and I knew one thing: you can't be messing with them, or not so much as like messing with them, but you ain't gonna win no fight against them unless it's something where they are in the wrong. But yeah, if it's on some stuff where it's like the cops is being called on you because you carrying on in a way where the cops need to be called on you, you can't be upset about that. You can't be upset with the cops. You can't be upset. It's like, yeah, you overall, to this 12-year-old, you did something to where, yeah, the police needed to be called. So it's one of those things where it's like, don't do stuff where the cops say, and and the thing is this: if you don't be out here carrying on in a crazy way, you ain't gotta worry about the cops doing stuff to you. So, because I'm saying, like, I all throughout my life, and I ain't trying to jinx myself at Harvard where I do come across some crazy cop, but I'm just saying though, all throughout my life, I ain't never had no run-ins with the police and stuff. I'd see a cop, nod my head, cop nods their head back, we chilling. It's like, it's one of those things. If even if they were on some suspicion where they thought I was somebody, I'm like, hey, look, here's my ID, here's my YouTube channel, here's my Instagram, here's my TikTok, here's my Twitch channel. You see everything you need to see. All right, but whoever it is that you looking for, I know that ain't me. All right, so but anyways, make sure if you guys have it. Oh, this is a part series thing. Oh, I think this is like a two-part series. Oh, okay. I might have to I'll open that and see what that's all about and stuff. But
Late
anyways,
one
make sure
night,
you
a
guys
tense call
have it go subscribe to Arrestflix. But
sent
anyways,
officers rushing to a home in Georgia. A runaway juvenile
I
had
guess I
just
could have just
returned,
went
but
ahead
the
and
situation was far from over.
clicked on it. Hold on for a second, because I'm like, let me just do it. And then so when this video ends now, I'll just click on the next video.
Alright. So she's back home. Did she say where she went?
Oh, when she said she on Bull Street. She went, this her godmama. She saw it on pop up on that missing, and she came over here this time of night and asked what happened. So we was calling her. She answered up her phone day. So when she called it, but the second time she answered, and she asked her where she at. Said she on Bull Street walking this time of night. Said she went to her friend's house, and I say friend, the girl.
Yeah, it's
And
like
I said,
20. So it's like 23. So it's like what that 11. So 11 o'clock at night. That's crazy. I'm like, nah, fam. It's even before 11 o'clock. When this was always my thing growing up. When I was a kid outside playing and stuff. My mom would tell me that you need to be home before the street lights come on. And there'd be times there. I remember there was one occasion where I was outside, and it's like, yeah, I'll admit, you get carried away and all that stuff. You be outside playing with your friends. All of a sudden, you just see some like flash, or like, and it's just this light that's just shining over you. I'm like, bro, it ain't supposed to be daytime. What's going on? You look up and it's a street light. Then it's like, dang, I gotta go home. My friends is like, nah, man, we just having fun. I'm like, I do not care. I got to go home. I'm like, you are not my parent. My parent, yeah, they at the home getting ready to go off on me and stuff. So yeah, it's like, having to run home or be flying down the street. I'm telling you, it's one of those things where I'm like, I could have been one of those like professional bike racers. I'm like, yeah, if I was on a bike, I'm telling you, legs moving, bruh. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, if somebody were to put me on one of them like exercise bikes that put on the highest settings, I'm like, this ain't fast enough. I'm like, nah, it's like you need to make this thing have it where either it's a resistance thing or what. But I'm like, nah, bruh, this ain't realistic. All right, though, put me in a situation where it's like, street lights go on. That's kind of like the green light, and you just see me just flying down the street. I guarantee and I promise you, I'm home in 60 seconds. All right, but anyways, continuing back with
so what did the girl mama mama say, why you out and who you whatever. But she feed us some salad and she went back upstairs. And so when her phone charger, she started walking. So I don't know where she's supposed to be walking. Where you supposed to be going, baby? Right here? Or if you had made it there, if somebody wouldn't have snagged you up. And she don't want to give up the phone. Where the phone at now?
Where's the phone?
In her bosom.
Give me that phone.
Ashley tell her to give up the phone.
Play with me. Do not play with me. Phone. Give me the phone. Give me the phone.
Let go, Maya.
Give me the phone.
Stop hitting my nipple.
I don't care. Give me the phone.
I'm like, what is going on?
Bro,
And the cop's just standing there just watching like what is happening right now? Like what did I walk into? I'm like, if I'm that cop, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna call another police officer out here. This is too much for my brain at this time of night. Cop ain't even trying to step in. They just standing there.
She done that already. Come on out the kitchen. Y'all be done now. Sit down, low.
Is it the 12-year-old screaming or is it the...
Let the phone go. Come on out the kitchen. Let him go, Maya. Come on, right?
Oh, so it is a 12-year-old, okay.
Alright, let her go.
Let her go.
give me the phone.
Let her go.
Did she hit the cop?
Maya.
Oh, wow.
Odie, don't hit her right here, right? Don't hit her. Don't hit her right here.
Stop.
Maya, let her, Odie, let her go. Let her go.
Stop.
Mama, don't wake me up for her no more.
Leave my umbrella.
No, you need to listen.
Okay.
Stop. Put it down. Put it down.
Yeah. You gonna listen at him. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
Maya,
really gonna
you
hit
gonna
the
follow
cop.
the directions or you gonna make it harder on yourself? Listen at what the man
Stop.
telling you to do.
See how we
Now turn around.
That's crazy.
Put the phone down. Don't look at him like that.
She hit that cop with that umbrella. It's over.
Put the umbrella and the phone down on the counter and turn around.
People, you know what's so crazy about it, though? So it's like 2022. So like what? Last year, it was the iPhone 16. It don't even look like it's an iPhone, but I'm just saying, like, whatever iPhone that was out at that time, she ain't even got that. It really trips me out how people are so, like, they so close with their phones. Like, they put, like just everything beneath their phone. And I just, man, I don't know. Like, with me, I can sit down with a person and have a conversation with them for hours. You know, like, I came from a point in time in my life where it was like, I didn't have no phone at all. Like, you know, I sit down, I think of those days. I'm like, dang, man, simpler times, you know. But yeah, I mean, like, I more so if I'm on my phone, it's more so for content creating reasons. I would have to say if I wasn't a content creator, I would still have a phone, but I just wouldn't be on it as much. I probably would have just had some like older, because I'm trying to think, I probably still would have had my iPhone 11. I'm like, cause it's that I had to say that was probably when I started. Yeah, it was in the beginning of 2020, and that's when I had kind of started doing like TikTok stuff. So yeah, it's like but if I wasn't really into content creating like that, I would, yeah, like I said, I still would have my iPhone 11, or was it? Yeah, no, it was an 11. It was an 11. But anyways.
Can I make a quick text before I go?
No.
Why you still trying to put the phone in your pocket?
Why are you still laughing, man?
No. Set it down. Turn around. I'm not gonna ask again.
You dead wrong for that. You know that, right?
Jeez, that's crazy.
No. We're not doing this today. No, please stop. I'm not hitting you. I'm pushing you up. Please get up. Hey, what was that?
Maya, you me.
Go ahead and cuff this right now.
Don't.
Maya, stop.
That's gonna be obstruction. That's a felony. Don't
Oh, well, yeah, that is telling me. You don't want to try to touch me. Get off. Nope.
Yeah, and they trying to arrest you. It's like, kid, what part of that you don't understand?
Stop, Maya.
You got my arm.
She's laughing about it.
That's all. Yeah. Sorry.
That's crazy.
Maya. Maya.
Man, come on,
I always like wonder that, you know, when people, when they be getting arrested and their parent isn't there, and I'm like, you know, how would they would react if their parent was there? Because I know I would be embarrassed if I was going through some stuff like this, especially with my parents being there. So, but it's like her parent is there, you know, and her grandparent. I assume that the lady that had started talking in the beginning of the video, that was her, the older lady. I imagine that was probably her grandparent. If not, then whoever. But still, though, it's like, you know, you there surrounded by family and they watching you go through that. That's embarrassing. I don't think people understand things like that. But anyway.
There!
Maya.
Got one. You got it?
Bro, this is not fair!
You're not listening.
No!
Maya, I need you to stop. Please stop.
Give me the other hand.
That's crazy.
Maya, just listen.
Get the second one.
All of that to still get arrested.
Maya.
People really be thinking, because it's like, okay, you get free, then where you think you're going to go
Maya.
afterwards? You just going to have to
Double
deal with more cops.
Oh, man, you already got me arrested. Oh, man, let's go.
Listen
Maya,
and
you
shut
got
up.
yourself arrested. Why
No.
would you leave? Yes. And then I'm trying to take your phone, bro. Are you serious?
Double up. You good? All right.
You let go.
My nigga's not gonna let you go.
Dang.
And you need to stop moving.
5-7 trouble. Why not make it 6 reports and use of force?
Some crazy stuff. If she does live in that house, she ain't gonna live in that house
That's
for long.
the homie.
It'll probably be a matter of time before it gets to a situation where they just send her off with some other family, or wait until, I mean, then it's gonna be a long time from now. Well, so if it's like 3 years, 12, so yeah, she's 15, 3 more years, it's like, yeah, if she turned 18, they're gonna be like, you an adult. If she is still living there and hasn't changed, yeah, it's gonna be a situation where they gonna probably end up kicking her out when she does become a legal adult, and they gonna be like, you just gonna have to live on your own. It's like, you can't be living here. It's like we having to call the cops on you on a 12-year-old. You know how bad it gotta be? You gotta call the cops on a 12-year-old? She's still
Stop
like,
pulling.
that's, man.
Nobody couldn't just walk this shit. Come.
5-7 Charlie 1. Can you start a female unit for a pat down?
No, y'all not touching me and I ain't coughing this with me. Cough.
Oh, they're about to air it.
I don't know why you out here. Go back inside, bro. Do not touch
Stop.
me. Don't touch me. There ain't nothing in my pockets. You can see there's nothing in my pockets. Do not touch me.
You got anything you're not supposed to have?
No, I don't have nothing. You see, I'm dead, bro. Man, get out my pocket.
Quit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My school ID, yeah.
It looked like it was like a bag of some sorts. I'm like, dang, what kind of school item? Get a piece of paper?
It's an umbrella sleeve.
Stop. Stop.
Hey, look at the move.
Miss Green, is there anybody she could stay with for the night?
Well, the way she act tonight, I don't think she would listen to nobody. This her godmama, and she always respect her. And she came over out her house this time of night when she saw that pop up on her phone about the missing, and asked what happened. And she called and asked her where she was.
Dang, I thought she was the grandmother and she was the mom. Because I was about to say, I'm like, dang, for the mom to not really do nothing, that's the grandmother? Dang, that's crazy. No, I'm saying, you know, people, they don't believe in that black don't crack unless, what, the grandmother? It's like, then, okay, so 12, the mom got to be in, like, that 20 range or something. Then the mom, or the grandmother, she got to be in the, like, 40-ish range and stuff. And then the great grandmother, that's crazy though. That's a wild setup. I'm like, if I'm a cop, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, time out, flag on the plate, 10-yard penalty. We got backtrack. What do you mean that this is the grandmother? She don't look like a grandmother.
And she's on 40-something, what? On 52nd Street. So she said, and B Road or something else. Bull Street or something. So she said,
What happened? Please don't tell me my Wi-Fi done went out. My Wi-Fi done went out again. Dang. That's messed up. Have it where I make it halfway through the video, then all of a sudden my Wi-Fi goes out. Hold on for a second. I do apologize. I have been having internet issues today. Luckily I didn't stream. I've been upset halfway through a stream and then my stream just disconnect. But give me a second. Let me see what's going on. All right, I'm back. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, all right, 7:23.
Late one night.
Let's go back to that point of the video. That's messed up, man. I don't know what's been going on, but it's like, yeah, I've been having internet issues all day today. Thought it was okay, but I don't know, man. Hopefully that's the last time of that. I need to hurry up and get stuff done, post videos, and stream, because I don't know. It's like, Xfinity at times, they very unpredictable with their equipment, but anyways.
so she said, bye, all right, I'm coming to get you. And she jumped in our car and went and got her and brought her back. And she usually respect her because she always come and get her. And she have stuff for her baby. But she
grandmother
won't listen to her tonight. And
That's
she
crazy.
didn't listen to her mama. And so,
I just don't know. Like, honestly, she is on a different level right now.
so,
That's
but I
crazy.
mean,
Well,
she probably come on back. She probably come on back in there and go lay down. But I'm trying to. I mean, like the church, she really needs some help. Need to go somewhere so she can, they can
facts.
evaluate her and see what's going on and whatever.
What
Cause
she need.
because the way she acted,
She could come back in here, flip out on her mama who was in here trying to get her phone.
or this the first time she ran it, but once before she ran around the corner by the laundromat, and me and her mama jumped in the
So
car.
one other time.
And and got her. And asked her where she going. She was going to call she called her mama because she picks up for Bible study.
So it definitely needs to, they need to bring like back or either have like some sort of program like whatchamacallit, Beyond Scared Straight to have it where because I'm saying that's just, to me, that's crazy. You be carrying on like that. I like, they need to bring that program back. They need to have it where, and I know people were like, oh, that's messed up. I'm like, it's messed up where it's like your family got to call the cops on you, a kid, a child. You are a 12-year-old. Now, your family got to call the cops on you. Because my thing is this. If she's already doing damage at the age of 12, imagine it's like you flip that age around. She's 21 years old. It's like, what's she going to be doing then? That's why it's like that type of stuff needs to be handled right there. So, yeah, then, years down the road, she ain't carrying on still the same way. Because I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, you're going to look up. Your family's going to be out of this house. You gonna knock on the door, they're gonna be a whole new set of people there. They're gonna be like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? You talking about my family live here. They were like, oh, them people moved out a long time ago. I'm like, I don't know where you've been, but it's like, yeah, they left. I'm like, you didn't get the news, you didn't get no message, no call, nothing. I'm like, well, it's just something where it's like, yeah, if they abandoned you, the thing is this: you put down yourself to where they put you put them in a situation to where they don't want to communicate with you. Because if you carrying on like that, I'm saying maybe she have kids that she'll understand one day. But anyways,
She used to drop off to school and pick up, and she was going to private school.
So I'm gonna do a juvenile complaint form
Okay.
tonight, which will get sent over to juvenile court, and it'll reach them on Monday.
Oh.
And then you can go up to juvenile court and file a chins report with them on Monday.
I was struck in my arm right here. As far as guys are, I didn't see where he was struck.
Okay, real quick, it's just protocol, okay? Female. I'm just gonna... You have a bra?
My phone is in my pants leg.
Oh, it is? You got the cord up there, too?
It was wrapped around.
How far is it up there?
there's some headphones.
Can you power off my phone? Wait, can you power off my phone?
Yeah, I'm trying.
You gotta click the button on the side right there. No, on the side. Right there. Hold the button, please.
Oh, it's kind of cheap generic phone is that?
That's protocol.
Okay,
That's
babe.
what happens when you get cuffs, okay? It's uncomfortable, but that's what we gotta do, alright? You can go and sit back in for me.
She was initially arrested for simple battery DVA, 2 counts of felony obstruction, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. However, since the Regional Youth Detention Center was not accepting her at the time, she was released with a court date into the custody of her grandmother.
Hey everyone, it's Trent, prior Deputy Sheriff, Patrol Sergeant, and Canine Handler. And juvenile calls are always interesting, and generally speaking, you have to handle them much differently than when dealing with adults, of course. However, for runaway juveniles, which I've dealt with a lot of during my time in law enforcement, they can be a little bit tricky. First of all, it's not a crime to run away from home. And usually when we would get these calls, it was just our goal in law enforcement to locate these kids. Sometimes they would go to a friend's house, another family member's house, but locate them, make sure they're okay, and try to open a line of communication and figure out what was the cause for them running away. Is there some type of abuse occurring at the household, whether that's physical, mental, neglect, or are they just acting out, being rebellious, and didn't want to follow the basic rules of the household set in place by their parents? And if there was nothing criminal going on at home, we would usually just detain them, bring them back home, type up a report. However, if there was additional criminal things going on at home where the child was a victim, then we of course would contact Child Protective Services and work on placing the kid somewhere else while we dealt with the parents at that point. This case was interesting to me, and I don't know the full backstory for why this kid ran away. It wasn't notated in this officer's report, nor was it stated in the body cam footage. However,
probably just on some stuff where the family tried getting on her about her behavior, and then she's all like, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave, so I ain't gotta hear it." Go over to a friend's house. I'm like, yeah, that lifestyle, you're gonna find yourself in a world of trouble living a lifestyle like that. People be thinking like, oh, it needs a whole explanation. Take my word for it, okay? You got people at this house that love and care about you. You carrying on in a way where it's like, okay, you making life difficult for them. You out here, the thing is this, you are a child. You ain't got no responsibilities. So it's like, my thing is this. Take advantage of the situation, okay? You're a kid. You, of course, it's like, it's okay for a kid to have fun. But at the same time, it's like, as you get older, because you get to a point in time of your life where it's like, okay, now you're going to be in high school, then it's like there's going to be more opportunities for you. You're going to come across a different, range of kids and stuff. And you really need to be making decisions on, is this going to be good for me or is this going to be bad for me? And if you find yourself in a lot of bad situations, then you're obviously in the wrong environment. Put yourself in the right environment. You ain't got to worry about cops being called on you. You ain't got to worry about your family calling the cops on you. None of that stuff. It's just one of those things where, trust me, in the long run, a lot of the stuff will pay off, where it's like, especially if it's positive and it's good, you ain't, everybody around you is happy, you happy. I'm saying, what could possibly go wrong with that? So anyways,
all I know is that the kid ran away. She was located by her godmother, who brought her back home, where she lives, I believe, with her grandmother and her mother and maybe some siblings there. So she runs away, gets taken back home. This cop shows up because he was notified that the runaway has been returned home. So he's showing up to investigate what's going on, right? So what was interesting for me is he's just standing in this doorway after the grandmother ordered the mom of this kid to go over and get her cell phone. So the kid dropped her cell phone down the front of her shirt. Mom goes over to try to retrieve it, and the officer's just standing there watching this entire thing unfold before his eyes. The mom goes over, goes hands on with the daughter. You can hear her daughter screaming like, "Ow, you're pinching me." And the mom's like, "I don't care." And he still watches and lets this continue. And in which case they subsequently go into the kitchen and continue their physical altercation. And after way too long, in my opinion, yes, I am Monday morning quarterbacking the situation. I just have the report and the body cam footage, but I've been to a million of these calls and I've been bitten, kicked, punched, spit on, all kinds of things that you can think of involving kids. However, the vast majority of the time that does not happen. You just have to open up a line of communication with them one-on-one, away from the main stressors, which could be their parents or whoever their guardian is, and try to figure out what's going on. But he doesn't do that. He just lets this continue, this physical altercation, and eventually, he didn't say anything during this entire incident. Eventually, he goes over, breaks it up, and at which point in time, the daughter spits on the mom. Prior to that, there was no crime that had been committed at all. Like, running away, as I stated earlier, is not a crime. So if he had stopped the mom before she walked over to the daughter, or stopped it before that, maybe that wouldn't have happened, because that was his initial
I thought that was the sister. That is crazy.
Reason for placing this kid under arrest. And yes, of course, at the end, she got physical with these cops and committed a bunch of crimes at that point. And she might have done that anyway. I don't know. But what I do know is that it is your job as a cop to try to defuse the situations, or prevent them from starting if you can. Sometimes that's not always possible. But I did not see where he even attempted to try to find out the cause for her running away from her side of things. There could have been things going on in the household that we don't know about, or it could have just been her acting out and she didn't want to follow basic rules. She was told to not use her phone or whatever the case is. We don't know, and that's the problem. And yes, this officer did remain calm, cool, and collected, but sometimes that can be a detriment, and it can lead to further injury to yourself or somebody else because you didn't stop that from getting to that point. Also, what I thought was interesting is that at the very end, when she was released from juvenile hall, she was released back to her grandmother and not her mom, which was odd. That leads me to believe that her grandmother is the primary guardian for this girl, and I'm sure that there's a reason for that. And also,
probably the mom don't want nothing to do with her. You know, the way she was carrying on in that house.
Point in time that I see them speaking with the mom, it was mostly just the grandmother and the godmother. So that was also something of note. And yeah, a lot of the time, juvenile hall will not keep kids unless it is something very, very serious. They tend to like to release them and don't like to hold them longer than they need to. But overall, I thought that this should have been handled way differently up front in its approach, and it could have potentially ended in a different result, but maybe not. I don't know. I wasn't there. But that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.
So wait a minute. That seemed like that was like the conclusion. Hold on for a second.
1 October.
Is this the same one or is it? No, that looked like somebody else. That don't look like the same 12-year-old.
Late one night, a tense...
If that is the same 12-year-old. It felt like that concluded the whole video and things, but... no, that was crazy, though. Yeah, that was some wild stuff. I'm like, yeah, to whoever that girl is, I'm like, you need help. Talking about the 12-year-old, but I'm just tripping off of, like, how the family looks. I'm like, yeah, y'all, you guys are some young-looking people. That is crazy, but... Anyways, but yeah, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to ArrestFlix for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.